whatever religion they are, whatever sexual orientation they are. It's so nice to see someone just being themselves. Identity is very subjective. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, 'cause he make you perfect, babe.
This series is brought to you by the Reset app, an amazing app that equips you to be happy by flexing the positive mindset muscle. So go ahead and download today. Link is in the description below. It's free.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 3 of Coffee with Friends. So, Coffee with Friends is basically a platform that we provide to invite inspiring individuals to share about their journey towards transforming their lives. And today, I have a very, very special friend who agreed to join us today. And so, her name is Gayatri. So, Gayatri, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so Gayatri and I, we met back in 2016 when we were doing A levels, right? Yeah, but then we were doing different subjects, so we didn't really meet. But somehow we became friends, and we we connected, which is really great, lah. Yeah, but it was a good friendship, I would say. And then yeah, so it's been 4 years. She's actually a law graduate. So congratulations on graduating. Woo!
Thank you.
Yeah, and currently Gaia is in the UK, and she's pursuing her
My barrister course, BTC.
right.
Yeah.
So that will take about another 9 months. No, 2 years.
It's about 9 months. Yeah,
9 months. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Gaia is someone who let's talk about personality a bit, huh? So Gaia,
Oh my
okay.
God. Okay.
So, when I met Gaia back in 2016, we were in the same group for one of this group assignment thing for a subject called character formation. So yeah. So okay, the first time I met Gaia, the first thing that came in my head was like, wow, Gaia is like this. Is someone who's so friendly, and she has so much of energy in her. It's when I still remember when she said hi, then I was like, hey, can we be in the same group? She's like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's be in the same group. And ever since that day, she has always been this super positive, super friendly person in college. Every time I see her, there's not once where she's like, yeah, she always will say hi. She always like, hi Kamina, how are you? So it's so Gaia is someone that actually I'm very grateful that I met her during A levels, and I'm so happy that we're still friends even after 4 years. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's been 4 years.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's been 4 good years now, and I'm very proud of how far Gaia has come. You have been through a lot, you have achieved a lot, and I'm very proud for the person that you have become. And I know that you're gonna go really, really far, lah.
Oh, thanks, Kamina.
Okay, don't cry. No, you're gonna make me cry. Okay, so before Gaia, you can get to introduce yourself as well and talk a little bit about yourself. So just for the viewers, today we are going to talk about a very important topic called identity and you. So coming from a psychology background, identity is a core aspect that we tend to focus a lot in when we are looking to in how do I say this Okay, identity is something so important throughout our lifespan. Identity changes, and some of us go through crisis, right? So when me and my sister, we were talking about okay, let's talk about identity. Who will be the right person? The first person that came to my mind was actually Gaia. Okay, and and I'm really, really looking forward to have this conversation with her, because Gaia is someone that's she has very good opinions about topics like this, and I'm really excited to learn from her.
Thank you.
Yeah. So before we get started, Gaia, you can introduce yourself, share a little bit about your background, what you're doing now, and all that.
Introduce myself. But I think you did a really good job with that already. But so I'm Gayatri. Everyone calls me Gaia because it's easier. I'm finished my LLB. I'm doing the bar course now. So I'll be done next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well. Um, what else do I say? Like what I'm interested, like what I'm interested in, I guess. What I'm
Yeah, sure.
okay. So I want to practice law, hopefully in human rights, or like basically I want to help the marginalized community in a sense. Just help the the little guys. Not work for a big corporation, but do some
Mm-hmm.
good. Yeah, people who are struggling basically.
That's something that I really like, lah. It's like like I remember we had this conversation on the phone like a few, I think 2 weeks ago, and you mentioned how you
Yeah,
you wanna you wanna help the people, and I think it's a very noble thing to do because not everyone has
yeah,
different passions. They're chasing after different things, but for you to
yeah,
like you're okay, yes, I know I want to help people, and you're actually going towards that track, right, of getting all the knowledge, getting all the experience to help people. I think it's
yeah.
something really fun. Yeah.
It is noble in a sense, yeah, but it's also going to be a big struggle because I mean, coming into this and when I was trying to figure out what I want to do and stuff like that, I've always had a like it's like a calling, like I want to do
Mm-hmm.
something good. And I've always got, naysayers saying, Gayatri, it's not the right thing to do. Gayatri, don't do it. There's no money in it.
Mm-hmm.
Why not you make money first and then help someone? It's like
Mm-hmm.
saying, why not you become a doctor, spend 40 years of your life, or
Mm-hmm.
30 years of your life training, becoming a specialist, and then doing something you want when you're like 60? What if you're
Mm-hmm.
married and, there's so many other things, aspects in life, so you really want it, you got to go get it in a way, but it's good to have a fallout, like a fallback in a way,
Yeah, true. Like I like when you talked about calling because I read a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and they talked about how like we have like okay, first we have a job, we have a responsibility, and then we have a calling. A calling is the
Yeah.
highest form of duty in a sense where we do it because we feel that it's right. It's there's something inside of us that is calling us to do it. So the
Mm.
fact that you say that it's your calling to do this, I think, yeah, that's a very, very good thing. It surpasses your responsibility as like yeah, you are going to be a lawyer and all that, but then again, your calling is the one that will overpower it, and it will
Yeah.
bring you very far, lah. So
I hope.
I wish you all the best for
Thank
it,
you.
man. Yeah, but make sure you share your journey because I'm like so excited to celebrate it with you. And yeah, if given a chance, I'll fight alongside you. Like yeah.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so um when we talk about like identity, right? Okay, let's go a bit into psychology, right? So it's been 2 years since I've been in my degree program, and identity has been a topic that came out every semester. We'll always be talking about it. And okay, so there is this concept from Eric Erikson. It's called the psychosocial development theory. So it's basically over the human lifespan, we go through 8 different phases in our life. Okay,
Right.
and during the age of 13 to around 21, this is the time where we'll be finding our identity. And when we are not allowed to like experience other things, and like we are always like conserved and all that, we can develop a crisis, role confusion and all that, because we are not like allowed to freely express ourselves, to freely look and explore about what makes us, right? So so then I was just like thinking about it, like what do you think about it? Do you think that yeah, it's true that you can relate to the fact that during the age of 13 to 21, we are in that phase of discovering our identity? What do you think about
Oh
it?
my God. I agree with it 100% because, like, okay, not just personal experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
But looking at friends as well. Like, we were all trying to find our place in a sense. Because, like, society has constructed this whole per- perception, perspective,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the right word is, but they've created this little mind ideology. Okay, let's use
Yes.
ideology that we need to fit in certain boxes. So I think in like 13 to 21, like you said, yeah, it's definitely a phase where like we're all like trying so hard to find where we fit in.
Mm-hmm.
But I think normally it's after the age of 16, 17, once you leave high school, once you're done with your IGCSEs and all that, that's when you actually find yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because school is not really the best medium to explore yourself. It's college, where you can be yourself because there's no one telling you need to dress a certain way, you need to do this, you need to do that.
True.
Yeah.
So, have you had like friends, or have you seen friends who they found themselves during college, during uni and all that, and then like it's like, have you seen that?
Oh my God. I have seen, so like, I know a few friends who they've already like somewhat found themselves in school, which is great because not everyone gets that chance. But the moment they left high school and they went into college and then they left college, started uni, it's like you can see their growth, like them embracing who they are, like whether they are, Chinese, Indian, Malay, whatever religion they are, whatever sexual orientation they are. It's so nice to see someone just being themselves, dressing the way they want to dress, like, being comfortable in their own skin. Because that is something I think a lot of us are struggling with, especially in today's day and age,
True.
Yeah.
Like when even like I've seen some of my friends as well who like they found themselves during university years. Like because like you're really exposed. You experience so many things.
Oh my God, yes.
Right. So you have the opportunity to go out and meet new people, try new things, and in that process you tend to learn about yourself and the kind of person that you are. So I really agree with you on that. But then I also do believe like there will be like certain instances in our life where we will go through a certain experience where it might just shake our identity, It could be
my God,
like,
yeah.
right? Like it could be maybe losing someone that's so close to you that it transform your identity into someone that is totally different, 180 degrees change. So so then it makes me wonder, like, do you think that identity is something that is actually, it's quite flexible in a way throughout our lifespan? Like we could be like this kind of person now, and then eventually maybe in the middle, like midlife, we'll be this kind of person, and then towards the later age. Yeah.
I think identity is very subjective, like I think it's something that you develop over the years through experiences. So like whatever crisis we go through, we take that and we learn from it. I feel that's what most people do, and then they just build on from there. So at the end of the day, you're still you. In the core of you, it's still you, But it's just that you have now added so many layers to you. So you become a complex human being, which is like every other human being.
Human beings are definitely complex.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, they're complex,
sure.
but it makes them so unique.
Yeah,
it's so unique, and it's very interesting. Like I think that's one of the things why I got into psychology as well, because like I always realized that everyone is different. Even you're different, I'm different, and it's so interesting to learn.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, if everybody's the same, then it's boring, right?
Yeah, it is boring. It's so systematic.
Yeah.
So that's not life. That's not life at all.
Communism, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, when we talk about identity, right? There are different aspects in identity that basically shapes it, right? So one of it that I've been like I really want to talk about is on clothing preferences. Okay. Yeah, because personally, I have experience where people will like question on the way I dress, saying that, oh, you need to be a bit more feminine, to dress a certain way to portray femininity and all that. But then but their comment made me so uncomfortable, because like we wear what we are comfortable with, and for you to say that, it's like, ouch. Okay, now you're making me uncomfortable. So like, what's your opinion here? Like, why do you think people actually have these clothing preferences and they relate it to identity and all that?
Okay, so I'm gonna say this based on what I've learned, right? So in my third year, I did a subject called Gender, Justice, and Society, It's a law module, but it was questioning the law on how it was, you know, very, how do you say this, male centric or like, female centric kind of thing. And obviously it's very, misogynistic sometimes. So I think the whole idea of patriarchy and like the whole, I'm not blaming men. I'm just saying that this is how it has developed. They have put expectations on us. And it's sad to see women putting expectation on other women as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like, like you shouldn't do, like, it shouldn't be that way. You should be able to dress how you want to dress. Makeup should be something you wear because, you like it and you want to experiment, and it's about art. Makeup is art. That's
exactly.
Right? So, if you love it, go for it. But if you don't, then, don't subject other people to it, Like as the one thing I just can't understand, but at the same time I kind of do understand, is the whole females putting, women putting expectations on other women, or women degrading other women. Like, we should be lifting each other up, because, the ban of sisterhood. But sad to see sometimes, yeah. But I get what you mean. I've gone through the same thing.
But like, how do you deal with it? Like, I'm sure people have also like, approached you and said the same things as well. Like, how do you deal with it? Like, what do you say to them?
I used to just brush it off or just keep it inside. But I think I've developed a strong sense of fighting back, because ever since I can remember, I used to just talk back to people, not in a nice way growing up, but now I've learned how to, like, I just tell them, like, look, it's me. Sure, that's your opinion of what I should do, but I'm not going to listen to you. It's my body, it's my wish, I mean, at the end of the day, people can tell you what they want you to be, but they can't make you do that. You know what I mean? Only you can do that. So.
That's only if we allow ourselves to take in whatever people say about us, and then
you should honestly not. I mean, if someone is going to say, like, Kavina, you should wear makeup, Kavina, you should do this, listen to them. I'm not saying to just block them out and completely be rude and all that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying listen to them, see where they're coming from, even though I know most of the time it's hard. And then, if you want to listen to them, go ahead. If you don't, then it's your prerogative at the end of the day.
True. Yeah. Like, I actually until today, because me and my sister, we're not the kind of girls who like to wear makeup. We are more like, natural. Let it be very natural.
Let the sun hit, and that's good enough.
Yeah. So but then, like, okay, when we go for events and all that, we still tend to prefer to be very natural. But yes, of course, there will be like our friends, aunties, and other people who will be like, oh, you should put on a little bit of makeup, just a little bit, and all that. And we're like, no. Because let's say nicely, no, it's okay, we don't like it and all that. Then they were like, no, but you need to, then you look good. But then in my heart, I feel like, oh, but I think like naturally, with natural skin and all that, I think I still look good. So
you do.
So like, but this is the thing that's happening. Like, it is happening. People are always like, saying things like this and all that to make us fit into what the ideal form of a male and female should be, right?
Oh, the ideal form of beauty.
Yes, and beauty is a whole another thing. Like, and let's talk about beauty since you brought it up. Social media. Social media has become this platform where, how do I say this? Like, where you get into like social media, scroll through your feed, and then you see all these very pretty photos and how, like, people are portraying this very ideal form, like physical form, how they look, how they dress, where they go, and all that. And that has created this perception like, wow, they are having a good life. And So some people, like, they don't go through the same experiences, but I'm sure, like, especially the younger generation, they tend to feel like, I want to be like that person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an influence and
Yeah.
all that. So, like,
Yeah.
okay, how do you handle that? I'm very interested to know, because personally, I do sometimes feel like a bit, I you know that uncomfortable feeling, you know, when you go on social media and you see such ideal
Yes.
photos. Yeah. How do
Yeah.
you deal with it?
For me, okay, so for me it's different a little bit because I mean, yes, I see a beautiful woman, I'm like, oh my God, flawless skin, I want that, you know? But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I think if you ask me the same question probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have said that I felt insecure, that I felt like I couldn't just scroll through social media and be like, oh my God, why are they so pretty? And then when you see couples and then you see them being very happy and all that kind of thing, you're like, why don't I have that? Why am I not pretty? Is it because I'm not pretty? That's why I don't have all these factors and all these aspects in life that I really want? Like a good job, this, that, you know? Is it because of my beauty? I think you just have to remind yourself that social media only shows you the good parts most of the time. And when people do share the bad parts, those are the kind of people you should be following, who shows you, like, you know, the good and the bad. Because life is not always about the good, and their life may not be that perfect, you know. You know, like all the YouTube couples, right? There are a lot of, they have those breakup videos. And if you watch their breakup videos, I used to watch some of them, and their breakup videos, they used to say that, you know, whatever we show you here, that's not all. There are a lot of things that happen behind camera. There are a lot of things that happen, you know, behind the scenes. So yeah, like, just, it's hard. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. I mean, social media and beauty is one thing. I think for me, what I found to be a bit challenging is LinkedIn. I just got on the whole LinkedIn train, and then I've been like, I connected with some of my classmates and my course mates that I'm doing right now, and like, there's some of them who are so accomplished. They're like, that makes me more insecure than beauty, I would say. I mean, beauty aspect is one of it, but it's the first class LLB from this university, a scholar from, you know, Inner Temple, Middle Temple, and then, you know, she's done like 5 internships. You know, she got 3 A stars for A levels, like that. And then I'm just like, okay, if they look at my CV, I'm not that accomplished. And, you know, there's so many layers, I would say. Like, beauty should only be one aspect. And it shouldn't even be an aspect, honestly, because everyone is, you know, beautiful in your own way. As corny and cringy as that is, it is so
It's
true.
true.
Just got to keep repeating it to yourself. I am beautiful. I'm good enough. I can work on myself, but I'm good enough. I don't have to, you know, succumb to someone's beauty standard. It's like a mantra. You got to keep saying it, you know?
To all our viewers, I hope you guys will recite this mantra. It's a really good mantra to remind ourselves every day that we are perfect in our own way now. We don't need to, like, fit into what other people portray as ideal and all that. We are already okay. We are okay, right, Gaia? We are okay.
We are all good enough, but we all have to admit that there are some aspects or like some characteristics that we have that we are not proud of, or like, you know, we all have our demons, and we all can work on it in a sense, you know. Like, I will share this, I do this, I used to do this, I still sometimes do this when I feel like I'm not good enough. I just look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself, you're good enough. You can work on it. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay sometimes, you know? But just don't wallow in it long enough. You know what I mean? It's easier said than done, but just don't just sit in your, you know, it's like saying, you know, excuse my language, but don't sit in your own pile of shit. You know? You want to get up, clean yourself, go out there and start a fresh day. try to conquer, try to like make every second count in a sense.
That's very true. When you mentioned about this, like you remind yourself that you're good enough and all that. Like I had a conversation with a friend, and one thing that I can relate from her story and your story is that you were conscious. You were conscious enough to know that okay, I need to like deliberately remind myself that I am enough and I can still grow. I think that's one very, very important thing that we all should remember is we can grow.
Yes,
we are
can.
all able to grow. It's just that whether are we allowing ourselves to grow or not, right? Yeah. So like, yeah. Whew, okay, that went very deep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, okay. So that's one aspect about identity, right? When you talk about beauty, we talk about self-love and all that. There's another part of it that I'm very curious, and it has always been my interest since back in high school. So
Right.
it's about sexual orientation, and I feel like this topic has grown over the years, and but it's good. It's good in a sense. More people are getting to know about this topic, and okay, so I have friends who have personally came out to me and told me that they are lesbians, they are gay, and I still remember this. When I was in school, I had a very close friend who she told me one day that she said, Kavina, I actually dated a girl for like 3 years before this and all that. And then when she told me this, I was like, wow, how come you never tell me? I was happy that because after that relationship, she was not in a relationship with anyone else. So I used to think that she doesn't like love and all that. She just doesn't want to be in a relationship. But when I found out that she actually had a relationship with someone, I was genuinely happy, and I think that moment, like you feel happy for your friend to be able to find love rather than judging them for their choice of partners. That moment, right? I was like, wow, okay, this is something. And she was the first person who actually came out to me and told me. And then when I went to uni, I had another friend who told me she's a girl who liked me. Yeah, and I was really
Ooh.
yeah, I was really flattered. Yeah, but then it was just like I felt happy that she could actually express her emotions, her feelings, rather than coop it up inside of her. And you see, so these are a few people who have like experienced this. They were able to express. But I've also known people who found it very hard to express their sexual orientation, their choice in partners, if they are attracted to this person, but they choose not to tell because they are so fearful of what other people are going to say to them. I'm sure you have seen your friends who have they're so scared to tell it out, like to be comfortable with the person that they are. So like, okay, if you had a friend like that, how would you help them?
How would I help them? Well, first of all, I understand. Okay, first of all, I really understand how hard it is. Being someone who's also part of the LGBTQ plus IA society, it's like a growing society, right? It is really, really hard. We have to remember that we are in Malaysia. We're not in America. People in America find it hard. People in the US, even in the UK, some people do find it hard. Like when I was in Belfast, some people did find it hard to come out to their very Catholic families. You know what I mean? Or very, you know what I mean? Like coming from a place where religion, culture is so it's celebrated. They're bound to be restrictions in a way. And Malaysians, some of them are not accepting at all. Like I've seen people who come out and to their family and then they're like, get out of my house. You're not my kids. It's very hard. So if a friend comes up, or someone I know comes up to me and tells me like, Gaia, I'm struggling with this, I would probably just be like, take your time. You don't owe the world an explanation. It's your sexuality. It's with you. You know, like, I am very open with this because, like, I've had my fair share of struggle, like in high school, college, whatever. Not even out to my parents yet. My brother knows. You know, if my parents end up seeing this, it's okay. Because I'm like, look, I'm at a point where why should I hide a part of myself, especially from people I love? It's hard. It's really hard, especially, you know, like, as a girl myself, right? And like the only daughter in my family, I want to be able to sit with my mom and talk to her and tell her like, look, I like this person or I like that person. It's hard because I have a very close relationship with my mom. I want to be able to tell her like, I like her, but I can't because I don't know how she's going to react. So, but my parents are quite open-minded. So I have that at least, you know, like they sort of know, I guess. I don't know, you know. But some people have it way worse. They can't even talk about anything that is not the norm. You get what I mean? And they grew up with that kind of environment. So it's very hard. Like, I honestly wouldn't know where to start. I just probably have to listen. My only advice is to listen to them. Listen to them, and sometimes you don't have to say anything, but just be there.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a very hard topic, honestly. Like, if we were in the UK, or if we were American citizens or US citizens or whatever, or even Australian citizens, right? It's different because I would be like, look, embrace yourself. Look, you have people who are going to be there for you. In Malaysia, I can't say that because when I came out to some of my friends, I had that fear of like, oh my God, what if they say, Kaya, I'm not going to be friends with you anymore. Or you're disgusting. You disgust me. That's that one phrase that I was dreading. I'm grateful and I'm blessed so far that never gotten that. But I do have that feeling still, till today. I still have that feeling where I'm, you know, people don't see me as anyone in that umbrella of like, you know, queer or whatever. Some people do, some people don't. They think I'm like very straight, but you know, no, not at all. But you know what I mean? It's a constant thing in the back of my head, and I've been out for the past 5 years, but not out entirely. But you know, so I can't imagine people who are still in the closet at the age of 25 or 30. Can you imagine? There's still people who only find out when they get married to a man, or a guy who gets married, and then there's only on Oprah and stuff like that. You can actually watch it, where they're in a healthy, happy marriage, and then both partners realize they're not into each other, they're into the same sex. And they both divorce, and they already have kids, by the way. So it's like, sexuality is something hard. It's very hard. You're lucky if you find out early. Some people don't have that privilege, in a sense.
That's a very good advice about listening now. Like, we are living in a world where like everyone's busy with their lives, you know, like chasing after this and that. Are we actually taking the time to be in the moment, to listen to what our friends have to share? Because I'm sure we want people who can listen, just like, you know, I just need 5 minutes of your time, just listen kind of thing, right? And that's a very powerful message that you're actually sending out to everyone here. And I think it goes just beyond like hearing out friends who have who need to express about their sexual orientation. I think it's just, we need to listen more in every aspect, right?
We just, I think what we all need to remember is that, like you said, things moving very fast, right? We just got to be present and listen to your friend, especially like, you know, sexual orientation and everything aside, like, especially when your friend is going through something really hard, like someone died, or like, someone passed away, or like, they are going through an existential crisis. It can be anything, right? And more often than not, what I notice is that people try to say something. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm talking to you, sometimes I don't want that. I just want you to listen. And I think they need people who are gonna listen. Just listen. If they want advice from you, they would tell you.
Yes,
if they just start
true.
ranting to you, it means, just sit there, be there for your friend. Be there for your friend, your sister, brother, could be anyone actually, yeah.
Just be there. That's a very good message. Very good message.
It's like Nike's ad.
Yeah.
Just do it, but just be there.
But you're right. We need to like deliberately practice this more, and I hope that the viewers who are watching this, you guys will start practicing, like, be in the moment, be more present with the people around you, and also very, very important, be present with yourself.
Oof, yes.
Right? Like, okay, when we talk about like identity, right? I used to have this conversation with my dad. When we strip away identity, okay, just put identity aside, which includes clothing preferences, sexual orientation, and anything related to identity, okay? Eventually, we're left with us being just a human being.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And doesn't that make us all equal? If you really think about it.
It does, yeah. It really does.
So it makes me like want to ask this question, like, why can't we see each other like that? Like, you're a human being, I'm a human being. We are fundamentally equal, right? Put aside everything. We are equal.
It's a very heavy question.
It is a heavy question, but it's okay if you can't find the answer to it. But it's something to think about.
There's so many ways to answer it, or there's so many factors that play a part to the answer. Like, okay, take Malaysia for example, right? We have 3 main races, but then we have sub races. We have so many like little stuff.
So
race itself plays a very big part in like equality in a sense. You think about it, because a lot of us don't look like, okay, for example, Indian people, right? You have Punjabis. They don't really fall under Indian sometimes, but you get what I mean. I'm just talking about general brown people, okay? Punjabis, you have Malayalis, you have Telugus, you have Sri Lankans, you have Sinhalese, but we don't look at each other equally. We make jokes with like different races and stuff like this, but deep down inside, some people, they don't look at each other as equal. They think like, oh, for example, I'm Telugu, I'm better than this person, or I'm Sri Lankan, I'm better than that person because he's Punjabi or whatever. Like there's always going to be superior. Yeah, I can't pronounce the word.
Superiority
complex. Like I feel like everyone low-key has it. Like they low-key think that they're better than every other people around them. And I think the moment we step back and like realize that we all bleed the same way, we have all a bag of bones, flesh, and blood, like you said, like what your dad said. Like when you strip everything away, we're all the same. But not everyone realizes that. That's why you have like people like in America right now saying they you have the KKK and stuff like that. You have the Bharatiya Janata Party in India. You have people like that because they don't realize that at the end of the day, we're all the same. Different, especially with the whole racial issue, we're all the same. Think about it. Just because you're like brown or you're white or you're black doesn't really make a difference. Because at the end of the day, if you need my blood, I'm gonna be that. I have to donate it to you, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking at blood types as well.
Yeah.
Your skin color doesn't matter. When I'm giving blood donation, the skin type doesn't matter. your sexual orientation doesn't matter. Okay, the only thing that matters is your blood type.
Yeah.
But that's just scientific reasons. But you know what I mean? You get the gist of what I mean. But yeah, it's a very hard question to answer.
But I do believe like this is a question that we should really ponder on lah. We should take the time to really think about it. Like, if we can accept that we are the same, we should practice being more. And my dad likes to say like, we need to like practice love and compassion. We need to practice that more, regardless of whatever background we are from, whatever identity that we carry. We need to practice that more. And interestingly, very interesting. Yesterday, while I was scrolling through Instagram, so I came upon this very big influencer in social media. Her name is Deepa Koshal, if I'm correct. So she, it's okay. You can check out my story. It's in my story. So she
promoting yourself.
So she married a Dutch. She's Indian. She married a Dutch, and she received like this hate message from someone saying, talking about like a lot of like you're a disgrace to your religion and stuff like that, because you're Indian and then you're together with someone who's white and all that, right? So then the way she handled that message, I was very impressed, because rather than talking about how inappropriate that message was, she decided to talk about love. And I remember we had this conversation as well 2 weeks ago, where in the end of the day, right, it is about love for the self, love for you, love for like your family. It's love. And I like how she says like love is the only thing that can actually transform your enemies into partners, into people that you love. And very importantly, love can forgive. And like it I don't know how I came upon this yesterday. It was so random, but then it made sense with our conversation today, because if you really think about it, right, finding ourselves, finding our identity, expressing ourselves, it ends with love, like if people love you, they accept you. If you love yourself, you accept yourself, right?
Yeah.
So like, what do you think about the journey of, most importantly, self-love? What do you think about it? Do you think have you gone through it? Are you going through it, or have you achieved it already?
I won't say I achieved it already, but it's a journey. I'm still going through that self-love journey. I have days where I just feel so comfortable in my skin. I feel good. I feel beautiful. But there are days where I feel like, absolute crap, and it's just life. You're gonna have those ups and downs, but I guess it's easier said than done, because the one thing that really trumps love is fear. So it's like you gotta get over that fear, and honestly, it's really hard. There's some fears that I still have, and I haven't gotten over it. You know what I mean? Love generally wins in every aspect. But then you always have fear lingering at the side, waiting for that one wrong move. And then once fear seeps in, it's so hard to find love amidst the dark, So I mean, it's hard. That's the bottom line.
Very interestingly, when you mentioned about fear, I was reading a book and it actually talked about fear. Okay, so and it made sense what the author said. The author said like fear is just merely the fear of the thought of a certain thing. Okay, like if you say you're fearful of dogs, which I am unfortunately fearful of dogs, because I was attacked, but then it's okay. I still love dogs. Okay. In my heart, I know I love dogs. Yeah, but then it's not that I'm fearful of the dog. Like if you put a dog in front of me, when I see it, I'm not fearful, but I'm fearful of the idea of maybe it's going to attack me, the thought of it.
Right. Yeah.
So I really like what you said about it, because it's like all of us are fearful, but if we are able to identify, like grab hold of the thought and know, like, hey, I'm just afraid of the thought. We don't know what's going to happen, right? We really don't know what's going to happen, but the thought is actually holding us back. So what do you think about it? Do you think that, like, especially when it comes to sharing about identity, sharing about sexual orientation and all that, fear is there. Fear about whether you be accepted or not and all that, right? So what do you think about it? How do you think we can actually overcome that fear? It's a very difficult question as well.
Yeah,
But then
it's a hard-hitting question.
yeah, but maybe, like, what's the first step you would, like, for you, like, what's the first step you would take to actually fight that fear?
I guess the first step for me, or what I've done to face some of my fears, is to realize that it's just a fear. It's not reality. But then again, it can't be applied for a lot of other things. Like fear of being, for example, like fear of walking down the street, right? And because I am brown, I am an immigrant in this country right now, and fear of them, telling me to go back to India, although that's not where I'm from, that's a fear. But that's a logical fear to have, because it has happened to some people. It's never happened to me yet, but it has happened to some people that I know of when I'm with them. You know what I mean? So I guess it's very hard, because the world we live in right now is filled with fear. I think we just need to, try to find our way. It's very hard to find your way through it all. You know what I mean? It's a question that I feel like it's very hard to answer, because it depends on exactly what you're talking about, what kind of fear we're talking about.
When it comes to identity,
okay. When it comes to identity, it's basically standing for your own truth. That fear is it's something you can overcome, I feel, because being your own true self is so much more worth it than just succumbing to that fear. That makes sense. And I think first step for that would honestly, just realize the fear. Realize that you're gonna be held back because of that fear, and you need to overcome it so that you can live your own truth and be you and be authentic, and you just be happy. It's just a very wholesome experience once you move past it. It's hard, but it is doable. Yeah.
I really like that. I really, really like the answer.
It is doable.
Like, I believe, right, what you just shared now, like, it can give hope to some of our viewers who are going through somewhat similar experiences. And I just had a chat with my sister, and then she said that it's a really good conversation that we're having.
Thank you.
Like, we talked about actually a lot of things in a very short time, actually, and I can come to a conclusion about, like, I really like when we talked about love. I really like when we talked about fear, and I really, really, really like when you mentioned about we need to listen more, we need to be there. And I think that from our whole conversation, these are the three main takeaways that I've learned. And some people might feel like, oh, this is something that, okay, we know about it. Yeah, we know that we need to love ourselves. We know we need to show people love and all that. But then, you know about it, but are you actually doing something about it? Yeah?
It's more of like a reminder, right? See, the only reason why I've said all that I've said is because I'm blessed and grateful that I've had a very supportive system, which are my friends. My friends have come through so much. because I'm the eldest of my family, so I don't have older
Mm.
siblings to look up to. And so I'm not that close to some of my older cousins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So my friends have been there. They have been my, you are one of them. You guys have been there for me. I really needed it. Like having a good support system really helps you overcome fear. It reminds you that love is there. And when your friends listen to you, it's the best thing. It's all you want sometimes. Just be heard. Your
Wow.
pain, share your sadness. You'll overcome things. And you will feel better about things eventually.
Wow. That's very, very, very powerful.
It was too deep, so I gotta break the tension.
But I really, really agree with you, lah. And okay, so like as we are coming to the end of the conversation, right? I think you know what I'm gonna ask. So.
Oh no! What you gonna? Oh.
So, okay. To our viewers, fun fact: Gaia is a very talented singer. I'm lost for words because the first time I heard her sing was back during A levels, and I was like, damn, this is something like Beyonce. Like it's so good. Like,
girl, that is. That's a very big compliment. Thank you. But Beyonce is God.
Okay.
I am
Beyonce
like one of the
is
minions.
God, but still, you're just Beyonce is here. You're just here. You're just a bit more. Because you're really, really talented, and I always love when you sing. And I did like request whether you can sing for us in this episode. So
oh god.
Yeah, I hope you're prepared because
you're
gonna sing. You're gonna sing. Yeah, just because like so basically to our viewers, I asked Gaia like what is one message that she can share with us about the topic today on identity, and I told her to like sing something that that she can resonate with. That's something that hit her, like hit her heart throughout the experience over the 5 years and all that. So. Gaia had 2 weeks to prepare, so
excuse me.
Calling me out.
Okay. I had class.
Okay lah. Okay, I forgive you about your classes.
I had a song. I won't lie.
Okay.
I had a song, but I don't think that song is appropriate anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like there is a better song I can sing, but it's a bit Lady Gaga's Born This Way.
Yeah, go ahead. I love that song.
Right? I love that song too. Because, I just need the lyrics and I just put it there. Just so, I don't... so can I just sing a little bit of it? Is that okay?
I think you can sing your favorite line or anything. Just go ahead. I'm so excited.
Okay. My mama told me when I was young. Let me restart. Kavita can cut this part out, so it's fine. Sorry. Okay. My mama told me when I was young, we're all superstars. She rolled my hair, put my lipstick on. In a glass of her boudoir. There's nothing wrong with... Okay, me sing from here. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, 'cause he make you perfect, babe. So hold your head up, girl, and you'll go far. Listen to me when I say I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistake. I'm on the right track. Baby, I was born this way. Don't hide yourself in regret. Just love yourself and yourself. I'm on the right track. Baby, I was born this way. That's my favorite part. Because she literally says, there's nothing wrong with loving who you are. God, if you're a religious person and you believe in God and everything, God makes no mistakes. you know. So yeah.
Thank you so much,
Sounds like
Gaya.
a timeline. I don't know how that sounds through like Zoom, but
I don't worry. I'm sure people will love it. Like I that was such a, oh my god. Okay.
that was very impromptu. I did not expect. Fair warning.
But that was really nice. I'm so thankful that you decided to sing, and I'm sure our viewers will really appreciate this as well. And yeah, thank you so much, Gaia, for spending your early Saturday mornings with us. Yeah.
Oh, no worries. Thank you for having me. And like thank you for like actually talking about identity. It's such an important topic that I feel like, we need more conversations like this. Conversations doesn't have to be with, qualified people. It could be with anyone. It could be with your friends. It could be, we need more of this. So I'm glad that you did something like this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We'll definitely have further conversations because I really enjoyed this conversation with you.
Oh my god, I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and to be really honest, 1 hour is not enough for both of us because I think we can go on and on.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward for further conversation with you. And till then, like, do keep in touch. Like, keep me updated with your journey in your bar.
Will.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when I come to UK, we can travel together and celebrate.
Excuse
Yay!
me. Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay. To our viewers, if you like this video, you enjoyed this conversation, do give it a thumbs up and also do subscribe to this channel. And of course, do share it with your friends. And feel free to comment, leave your comments below and share with us what did you learn, because I'm sure Gaia and I would really love to read. And
Oh my god, yes.
Right? And
share
we would
your
really
experience.
yeah, and we would really love to celebrate it with you. So do feel free to share. And you guys, if you want to reach out to Gaia, and I'm sure she's open to like help you guys in any way. So Gaia's Instagram is called Gayatri Kandiah. So we will leave it in the description below so you guys can check her out. And yeah, and also she posts a lot of videos about her singing. So yeah. So do check her out because she's really talented. And I'm to close it out, I'm so grateful to have met someone like you, and I believe that this friendship of ours can go very, very far. And yeah. I'm really grateful. Like, you're one of the person that inspired me a lot to be myself. And I'm just really, really thankful for you.
Okay, now I feel the tears coming.
Yeah. Okay, what's your hug? Okay, hug. Yeah, so till then, take care, and yeah, we'll keep in touch. Okay?
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Take care.